You listen to me first. No, first, hear me out. Hear me out. Why are you not listening to me? I'm telling you, you have to hear me out. Listen to my point, and then you can say what you want. Well, that's how you look when you get angry. And most of us suffer from this. We want to get a point across. We want people to listen to us. We want to be heard. We just want to get that point across to other people. I don't care what they say. This is kind of a problem that we all suffer from. We all think it is macho, especially the men. We want to get a point across. We just do not want to think what's in the surrounding. But we just want to be heard. And this is the topic that we're going to take up from this week's verses that we need to kind of look at. Let's jump directly into James, the brother of Jesus, first chapter, verse 19 and 20. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Really? James knew about it? I think he's speaking directly to me, speaking directly to all of us who have anger issues. I have one. He's talking about three particular things. So the first one is everyone. He's not talking about just me, you, him, everyone. That means everyone has this issue. Nobody realizes it, but we all suffer from this at very degrees, I would say. He's asking you to first be quick to listen. So that's the first thing, slow to speak. Second one, third one is slow to anger. When we are quick to listen, we try to kind of understand what the other person is trying to say. Assimilate it. So you gather all the information quickly rather than being angry quickly. So he's saying reverse the order. Because sometimes what we do is we become angry, we say something and then we're like, oh, that's what you meant. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. So now if you reverse the situation, you will never be in a situation to apologize for your actions. So if you're quick to listen, get that information quickly, try to understand what the other person is trying to say, understand the environment in which he's trying to say. Then be slow to speak. When you assimilate it, try to kind of find out, okay, what are the right words that I want to kind of put forth so that I do not hurt the other person. And slow to anger. By the time you reach that part, I do not think so you will be angry at all. I have an anger issue. I acknowledge it. I've told my family about it. But there are ways that I need to kind of control it and manage it. And this is one of the most beautiful verses in the Bible, who actually kind of tells us then advice on what it is. Because if you see the next verse that says that human anger never produces anything that is righteous of what God desires. You can do nothing right when you are angry. Just, go back to the times when you were angry. Did you say things that were right? Did you do things that were right? There's another verse that I want you to focus on what it can do to your health as well. Let's jump into Ephesians 4:26 and 27. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. And do not give the devil a foothold. So, going back to what James said, if you are angry, you will not do anything that God thinks is righteous. And why is that so? When you're angry, the letter that Paul writes to Ephesians, it says, do not give the devil a foothold. As you become angry, the devil is trying to kind of get a foothold into your household, into your body, which is the temple of God. And the most important thing he says is, firstly, do not get angry, because it leads to sin. The second and the most important thing is, if you're angry and if you have some issue with somebody, do not take it to bed. Don't sleep with it, because your mind is working on it. It causes distress and mental health problems. He's saying, solve it. Go solve the issue with that person whom you're having a problem with. Be it your father, your mother, your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, your friends, or your office colleagues, anybody. Solve it before you go to sleep. You need to have a good sleep with peace. And when you are angry, you're trying to kind of see, nobody hears me. I want to get that point across. So what you're doing is covering yourself in a shell and not allowing any of God's blessing come on you. And that's when you actually start dipping towards allowing the devil to gain a foothold. Because you love that misery that you're in. You love the anger that you want to portray. Because we are all angry young men at the end of the day. So my dear friends, we all suffer from it. And if there is a resolution, it is there in our prayer life and in our Bible. We need our friends to kind of help us get out of it. Every time we need to be reminded, quick to listen, slow to answer, and even slower or no anger at all. So have a great week and do meditate on these verses. May God bless all of you.